People have said to me, Harold, why are you doing this? And I look at them and I simply say, is this the America that I grew up with, that I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, vowing to protect and serve, ready to take a hill and give up my life for this great country that has been so good to me? Any of you that have served, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you that enjoy the freedom of this great country, think about where we're headed, the road we're going down now. Think about how it was 5, 10, 15 years ago. Think about the businessman who right now is struggling so hard to keep his head above water because the people in Washington simply aren't listening. There's no leadership coming from Washington. There's absolutely no confidence in what we see in Washington right now. This is not the America that I protected when I was in the Marine Corps, sleeping in a foxhole. I love this country. God has blessed me living in this country and has given me and you so many wonderful opportunities. We can't sit back and allow this to happen. We simply can't. We have to stand up and stand tall. That's one reason why I'm running for Congress. They're throwing everything they can at us right now in Washington. Every negative thing they can throw at us, hoping that we will fall down, that we'll go to our knees and say, we've had enough, take whatever you want. That's not the America I know. That's not the America I see in each and every one of you. You'll fight for every bit of freedom you have. You're not going to let a government dictate to you and your family the best way to raise your family. Who knows best? You do. This is why we stand tall. This is why we have people that run for office that are good conservatives that say, I'll be a voice in Washington. How can we possibly go on spending money, trillions of dollars that we don't have? Think about your kids. Every morning when you get up and you kiss that child goodbye going to school, are you saying, I don't know what America's going to look like by the time you're out there in the workforce, or how it's going to look in 20 or 30 years for you? We have to stand tall, folks. We have to reclaim our country. We can't allow Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in Washington to simply dictate to us how we're going to live our lives, the debt we are going to saddle on our children. We have to stand up. If I'm willing to step into the arena called politics, and I'm certainly not a politician, but I'm going to Washington with one thing in mind, and that is to do the best I can to be that voice that can simply stand up and say, and even if no others will join me, we've had enough. We can't spend what we don't have. If I can do that, surely you can step up and say, you know what, I'll go to the polls, I'll vote for Harold Johnson, I'll vote for other good conservative candidates. Now's the time to step up, folks. We can't sit back and just let somebody else do it, because you know what? Nobody else is going to do it. And when the mess gets worse, if you didn't take part in the process, do you really have anything to complain about or anything to say about it? No. We do it in this country, this God-given country of ours that has been so blessed. We go to the polls with our vote and we change what we don't like. That's what makes America great. And we stand tall. We don't quit. We'll never quit, no matter how much you beat us over the head. We fought world wars. We put a man on the moon. We've been through depression, and we will not quit ever. And that's our message to Nancy Pelosi and the liberal spending spree going on in Washington and every liberal that gets behind her cause. We are not going to allow it. We simply won't accept it. And in November, we're going to see that sweeping change that everybody's talking about. Republicans are going to take control again, and they're going to act like Republicans. And if they don't, then they'll be booted out again. But that's not going to happen.